Welcome to today's deep dive. So, we're tackling a problem I think you've definitely run into if you've ever tried to set up a home theater.
Yeah.
The physics of copper HDMI cables.
Oh, yeah. The dreaded distance limit.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, you get about 15, maybe 20 feet before you hit that digital cliff.
And the signal just dies. Black screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sure, you could run a dedicated fiber optic cable, but those are really expensive and super fragile.
They really are.
So our mission today is digging into a potential fix for this. We are looking at the Zenty ZT-113. It's an extender that claims to push full 4K 60 Hz video up to 40 meters.
Which is about 130 feet.
Yeah, 130 feet over standard Ethernet.
And the key thing here is how it's doing it. It uses HDBaseT, which is, it's very distinct from those AV over IP systems you might have seen.
Right, because those IP systems are basically chopping the video up into packets, right?
Exactly. They compress it and dump it onto your home network, which means it's clogging up your Wi-Fi.
Fighting with your kids' Netflix streams for bandwidth.
Yeah, you really don't want that. But HDBaseT creates a dedicated point-to-point pipeline using just a basic Cat5e or Cat6 cable.
And that distinction is huge, because if you're trying to push 18 gigabits per second of data,
Which you need.
right, which is what you need for uncompressed 4K, you need that dedicated lane. The ZP113 creates its own lane.
Precisely. Pushing 18 gigabits over copper is really testing the physical limits of the wire. But that bandwidth is totally necessary because this unit supports full 4.4.4 chroma sampling.
Which is one of those specs a lot of people glaze over.
Yeah.
But it actually matters.
Right. It matters a lot.
I mean, if you're just watching a blurry YouTube video, you probably don't care. But if you were using this for a PC or a high-end gaming console, chroma subsampling is the difference between crisp text and just a fuzzy mess.
The classic test is red text on a black background. Like if you pull up an Excel spreadsheet. With lower quality compression, those letters look totally smeared.
Right.
But with 4.4.4, they are razor sharp. The Zenty preserves all that color data along with HDR10 Dolby Vision and HLG.
So the picture at 130 feet looks absolutely identical to the source, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But okay, here is the logistical problem with most extenders. Usually when you plug the source into the transmitter, you lose the ability to watch it locally.
Right. The living room goes dark.
Yeah, you send the video to the bedroom, but your main TV is useless.
That is exactly where the local loop out feature on the ZT-113 transmitter comes in. It actually has an HDMI output right there on the box, so your main TV just stays connected.
But looking at the receiver unit for the far end, I noticed it actually has 2 HDMI ports.
It does.
So if you do the math on that 1 local and 2 remote, this isn't even just an expander. It's effectively a 1x3 splitter.
It really is. It creates an entire multi-room setup from just a single box. You could have your cable box in the living room, feed that TV locally, and then simultaneously drive 2 displays out on the patio.
Which sounds great until you think about the patio scenario and the sheer installation nightmare of power.
While hiding the power brick.
Yeah, trying to hide a bulky power adapter behind a slim mount outdoor TV is practically impossible.
Well, they addressed that with bidirectional POSI. Power over cable.
Oh, nice.
You can just plug the power adapter into the transmitter in your media cabinet, and it sends the electricity right down the Ethernet line to the receiver.
Or vice versa, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, if your media closet is a total mess of wires, you can just power it from the TV side.
Yep, it works perfectly both ways. And speaking of hiding equipment, the other half of that equation is control.
Right, because if your cable box is hidden in the basement, your remote control in the bedroom is totally useless without some kind of relay.
Exactly. So the ZT-113 includes bidirectional IR and RS-232 pass-through.
Meaning, I can point my remote at the bedroom TV, and the signal just travels back down the Ethernet to the basement. It mimics having the box right in front of you.
It keeps the whole experience seamless. And that extends to the audio, too. It isn't choking the sound down to basic stereo. It supports full Dolby Atmos, True HD, and DTS:X.
Now, at $350, it's certainly an investment compared to a cheap repeater. But it comes with a 5-year Zenty warranty, so you are paying for durability there.
And it's HDCP 2.2 compliant, which is absolutely essential for any modern setup.
Right, to prevent those copyright handshake errors with Netflix or Blu-rays.
Because if that handshake fails, you get a black screen no matter how good your cable is.
It really does make you rethink the entire layout of a house.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can reliably distribute perfect 4K and control signals this easily over just standard network cabling, do we even need media centers in our rooms anymore?
I think we're rapidly moving toward a centralized video closet model.
Banish the black boxes to a closet and leave the living room for just the screen. That is a much cleaner future for smart homes. Something for you to think about next time you're wrestling with cables. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.